The concept for the trip came when I was sitting at my desk having oh my gosh, I'm turning 50 moment, and received an email from Nurturing Minds that said that they were offering a fundraising trip to Africa. And the trip included a visit to the Sega Girls School, a safari, and then a climb up Kilimanjaro. Without having any idea what involved climbing Kilimanjaro, I called Cathy.
It sounded perfect. I looked at the graphics. We really didn't know anything more than that, but I think the word Kilimanjaro was so like awe-inspiring. Without much research, I said yes too. People started asking us, have you ever climbed a 14er? And we're like, no. We climbed a 14er, Bierstadt we did, I think, but that wasn't until August. So then we could say we climbed a 14er and a 19er.
Yes.
Penny had the idea, let's raise $1 per foot, and the mountain is 19,341 feet high. So we figured, let's ask our friends for $190 each, or some derivative of, you know, the 19,000. So that's kind of how it was born. And I think it made the climb seem much more meaningful to me. I think to both of us, that we were not just doing it for ourselves, we were doing it for a cause, and that felt good.
So the long and short of it is that there's a lot of stuff to take. We made our own checklist, our own spreadsheets to help us keep organized with it. We were told to over-prepare, particularly for things that you would go get at a Walgreens. We're bringing Via instant Starbucks coffee because they do not serve coffee in Africa. They serve tea. And we're also bringing lots of supplements.
We've been to stores, REI, Jack's, King Soopers, Walmart, Costco. Probably each of us has been there getting stuff for the trip no fewer than 12 times. This is gross, but one thing everybody kept telling us about was this, they're calling it a girly penis. Supposedly you have to pee a lot at night, so instead of having to get up, go outside, pull your pants down, you kind of just stick this thing there and pee into a cup, kind of like a guy does, and empty it in the morning. Hopefully we've prepared physically, mentally, and with our gear.
Well, I think Cathy and I, we were both overwhelmed with the immense poverty in Tanzania. Once you get out of the city and you're more in the country, you really see how the majority of the people live. A lot of people live in very small, lean-to type of houses, some cinder block houses, and you have to realize everything there is done by hand. Most people have to walk, they don't have cars, so people walk for miles back and forth from their villages to their homes to get just their basic everyday supplies. So the lifestyle, the everyday life there is very, very hard. I knew that there would be a difference, but I was surprised by the vastness of it, because I think it's the majority of the population that lives that way. Nurturing Minds is the fundraising arm for the Sega Girls School. The Sega Girls School is a school for high school-aged girls in Morogoro, Tanzania. And the school was started about 5 years ago by Polly Dolan, who is actually, I believe, the college roommate of Ashley Debris that lives here in Boulder. All of the money that we, as well as our other 5 teammates on our climb, raised are going directly to the school. Probably the best thing about it is that it's going to be receiving a 4-for-1 matching grant from an organization called U.S. Hospitals Abroad, I believe. Collectively, our group raised, we believe, between $50,000 and $65,000. So in addition to that, they'll get another $240,000 potentially for the school, which is just going to be an incredible amount of money.
So we get there, And the first thing I noticed was, wow, it's actually planned out. These buildings are actually built, real buildings, not just lean-tos and shacks. And so I thought right away, these girls are actually lucky that they get to come here, and what a blessing, and how grateful we were to get a chance to meet them and to help them. I think they understood what we were doing for them, and they were just trying to show their gratitude, thanking us and thanking all the people who helped us and helped raise money. We're so excited to meet you, yes.
Wow.
Yes. How old are you?
I'm 17 now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you grow up, do you know?
What?
Would you like to be a teacher or?
I want to be a doctor.
A doctor, awesome. Okay, all right, thank you. They did some songs for us, which was great to see because they have such rhythm, and they were just smiling, and they showed us the chicken coop, how they collect eggs for, to raise money to help sustain the school. That was amazing. We're like, these girls go in there and they pick up eggs and bring them out, and then they stack them up and then they sell them. Are the chickens scary when you go in there to get the eggs?
No.
Do they just run away?
No, they just go around and check for food.
They don't peck your leg. Let's see them one more time. There they are, lots of chickens.
So I think the idea for the headbands actually came from you.
It did?
Yeah, I think so. We decided that maybe it would be fun as something that is relatively inexpensive to make and lightweight to carry and not bulky, that we could do and take to the girls. And so my daughter Grace, who's 13, and her wildlife group took a morning one day and made the headbands. And then we got to take them to the school and present them to all the girls. And so I think they were well received. The girls seemed to really like them, and I think they all got to have one. And it was a part of them to have a little bit of a popular American girl culture. One of the things that I'm most excited about as a result of this is that the money that everyone has contributed is going to be directly applied to the school. It's not just given to a big organization and you don't know where the money's going. And we will be able to go back to the school in 2 years and see the direct impact of what we've done. And it's also sustainable. It's going to be something that they will be able to take girls in for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
We were lucky enough on this trip to get to do 2 safaris. The first one, we went to Mikumi National Park. And in this safari, we were with our entire group that was raising the funds with us. So that was really fun to be with the group. Penny hurt her foot. She tripped on something. They don't have ice there, so the funny thing was she convinced them to freeze a water bottle, and so she strapped it on her foot. One of the first things I noticed was that all the animals were living together, and all of a sudden you're looking at an entire ecosystem. They're all together. The lion is, hunting, and there's giraffes and elephants, and all of the animals just all mixed together, along with birds and just gorgeous scenery. So many elephants, just couldn't believe how many elephants we were seeing. I was lucky enough to catch on film that the babies started wrestling and the mothers with their trunks grabbed them and kind of separated them, and then the babies went back at it, and we all got a thrill out of that.
Otalaki bongo, alipenda sana. Wapishi wako bomba.
Hi. Guess where we are?
We're at Simba Camp.
Simba Camp on Kilimanjaro. We can't believe it. We're blown away. We had a little hike, and now we're in this like luxury camp. It's pretty amazing, right?
Yes, it is.
There's a bathroom. It's not even gross at all. It's beautiful. And a guy who carries that. So he'll get a big tip at the end. Here's our group. Can you guys say your names?
Sherry.
Sherry is filming us.
Mark.
Elizabeth.
Ayubu.
Ayubu, tell us who you are.
Oh, I am a mountain guide and we are now on Kili.
Yay!
I'm leading the Peaks Foundation group. Yeah.
Are we the best group you've ever had?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
Nobra's going to tell us what we're having for breakfast.
Oh yes, you are welcome for breakfast. There is finger millet porridge. Yes, you are welcome. Enjoy your porridge. Yeah, cool.
Okay, thank
Karibu.
you. Karibu.
One of the amazing things that we realized about Kilimanjaro National Park is that there are absolutely no roads in the park. So everything needed to sustain people, water, food, tents, sleeping bags, everything is carried up on the heads or backs of people. There's no animals toting anything, so it's all people. Some of these loads are probably 40 to 50 pounds. We noticed at the first camp there's actually a scale, and each of the porters weighs their stuff to kind of make sure that the loads are even, so nobody has a 80-pound load and somebody doesn't have a 40-pound load. So that was kind of interesting. So I don't think carrying things on your head is that out of the ordinary for them, but hiking up a mountain with everything on your back or your head is quite amazing, and we were just thrilled and honored to really, have these people helping us like this. Here we are taking a little break. Second day, or third day really.
Dana's been waiting.
We're headed to Mwanzi Tarp, which is almost like a place we're going to acclimate. And these are the line of porters carrying stuff from the camp to the next camp. It's pretty intense. Yeah, and these are not all our group. This is like another couple groups that were at their campsite last night. Plus ours, of course.
We're at the kitchen. Here's the chef. Chef, introduce yourself. What's your
My
name?
name is Franco.
Franco. How long have you been cooking?
Now I have 7 years. Yeah.
Okay, and who are you?
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson, what do you do? Are you a porter too?
Anderson is assistant, my assistant.
Oh, assistant chef.
Yeah, assistant chef.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we've just finished our hike today, and this is our pre-lunch snack. We get to come into our mess tent and have ginger tea, which is steeped fresh ginger and lemon, and regular tea, and they haven't brought us any snacks, but we have tea, and then we're going to have lunch in about a half an hour. So this is where we just come and chill out. So what are we having for lunch today?
We have a minestrone soup, tomato cheese sandwich, and main course for pita bread and a vegetable sauce. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Excellent.
Wageni wakaribishwa wapi? Kilimanjaro,
hakuna matata. Tulitoka Arusha, hakuna matata. Tukaja na Rongai, hakuna matata. Tukaenda na Simba, hakuna matata.
So we're at Mwanzi Tarn. Those orange tents are where we camped last night, 14,000 and some feet. We're going to stay there tonight again, so today is our acclimatization hike.
Because that's where we are
That's where we're going tomorrow.
going.
So we're going to go camp at the base of Kilimanjaro tomorrow, and then at midnight we get up and hike to the top. So, it's awesome. We're having a great time. Okay, it's the end of day 4. We've done 2 acclimatization hikes. We're coming back for snacks. There's Sherry. Hi. And look at our presentation of our forks for snack time and ginger tea time.
And the biscuits are on their way.
Uh-oh, I gotta get out of the way. I'm in the door. What's for lunch today, guys?
We have chips and chicken.
Chips and chicken.
Yummy.
And we've already had mushroom soup. Looks awesome.
Is that burning your hand?
And it took us 4 hours to come across that very barren, moon-like landscape. It was hard, harder than what you would think. And we came to Kibo Camp, which is here at the base of Kilimanjaro. It's 15,400 feet. And there's Kilimanjaro. When we got here, we had a clear view of the top, but now it's in clouds. So I'll try to get a better view of it in the trail. So today is day 5, and we are at Kibo Hut, which is at the base of Kilimanjaro. We came over from Mwanzi Tarn, where we spent the last 2 nights, and walked 7 kilometers across this moon-like landscape, and it was the longest 7 kilometers of our lives. Oh my God, it took us 4 hours, 4.5 hours to go 7 kilometers, and we went from 14,000 and some feet to 15,400 feet, which is where we are now.
A little bit nervous about tonight because that mountain looks really effing big. But we can do it. We can do it.
We are recording every day, every single day, twice a day, the vital we are taking to the clients, which is oxygen, saturation in your blood, and heart rate.
The top number is your oxygen, and the 90 is really good, and the heart rate is the bottom number. So we just had dinner. We're gonna try to lay down and go to sleep. I think it's gonna be kind of impossible. My face is really windburned from today, and we're gonna start hiking in about 3 hours, I think. We're packing.
We're kind of freaking out, I have to say. But we're organized, and if anybody can do it, we can do it.
That's right, we're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Fortunately, since we're from Colorado, we have really good oxygen levels, so we're feeling pretty confident, but we have 4,000 feet to go. Superstar!
She's 50.
Oh, jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana. Amerika wakaribishwa wapi? Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Tulitoka Arusha, hakuna matata. Na leo ni uhuru, hakuna matata. Tukapate matata.
Hey hon, I made it. No problems. I didn't get sick. Nothing, no headache, no nausea. Wish you were here. So, It was great. I'll try to call you as soon as I can. Love you. Bye.
When Penny and I decided to do this trip, we really wanted to do sort of a restful, amazing safari at the end. This is our pioneer safari camp. We walked in and we were like, whoa, this is really nice. Gorgeous. We were greeted, hand wash, and then we saw this view. There's Penny we're gonna get a drink very quickly. But this is our view out over Africa, if you can believe it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Rest day.
Yeah, this is our rest day. Our legs are shot from that crazy down hike. So this is the view from the main lodge. Look at this. This is incredible. This is the Serengeti. This whole thing is not a permanent structure. It's all can be taken down. It's within the national park, and basically getting a permit for a tented camp, which is temporary, is easier and less environmentally damaging than permanent camp. We had a Maasai warrior, his name was James, and he was there to sort of make sure we were safe. He only had a spear. There were no guns at this camp because they didn't have a gun permit.
Where are you? How are you doing? Welcome to Serengeti.
We're in the Serengeti now. So we're having lunch and we see a herd of elephants walking by, just strolling by. One of the reasons we chose the Serengeti, because we knew at this time of year we would hopefully see the wildebeest migration. When we went out the day looking for the migration, we thought, oh, we'll see a few. Well, we came upon thousands and thousands of wildebeest and zebras, almost as far as the eye could see. One of the most interesting and surprising features of the Serengeti were these rock outcroppings called koppies. They provide this interesting break in the landscape, and this is where the lions live because there's more vegetation, and it just sort of adds to the whole ecosystem there, that you have places for the animals to graze, but also places for the predators to live and be able to be hidden. On the way out, we were packed into a plane. The plane only had 12 seats. Every seat was taken. I felt like the plane was heavy, and in walks our pilot, who appears to be 22 years old, and she's a lady, a woman, a girl. So I think Penny and I were quite nervous until we got, to the larger airplane again and sort of felt safe. One of the things we're doing with this video is working with the Sega Girls School. They have realized this was a tremendously successful fundraiser. I believe it raised around $70,000. The whole team raised $70,000 for the school. And it was a unique way to go about it. We were sort of the guinea pigs, but all in all, it worked out very well. So I think what they're thinking is that they would like to do it every 2 years. And part of our hope with this video is to show people what it's like, how fun it can be, and just how rewarding it can be to meet these girls. We'd like people to get a sense of what it's like to climb this mountain and that they can do it. you know, we're 50 and we did it, and I think people don't need to be afraid to try it. It's not the hardest thing in the world. So I came back and somebody said, well, now you've done the hardest thing in the world. What are you going to do next? And I had to laugh because it wasn't that hard. It was hard, but it was absolutely doable. So,
yeah, it's doable and it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Ngeti jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Kenya nchi nzuri, nchi ya maajabu, nchi ya kupendeza, hakuna matata. Kenya yetu, hakuna matata.